Hello, and welcome to Go Rhino Garage. Today we're going to go over the installation of our BR20 rear replacement bumper for a 2015 Chevy Silverado 2500 HD. My name is Paul Barnaby, and with me is Pete from R&D, and we're going to show you what to expect when you go to do the install of the rear bumper. With that said, we're going to go over how you're going to receive this product. It will show up to your house in a big brown box, as you can see down here. It's got the notches in the side, so you can actually carry it to your garage or to the shop, wherever you plan on doing the install. And it should obviously check the packaging, make sure there's no damage on the outside. Once you get the product to wherever you're going to do the install, open it up. And the most important thing you want to see inside are the instruction sheets. And basically, we take a lot of pride in our instruction sheets. We go through it step by step with photos, color photos, so that helps remove any questions or anything that you may run into while you're doing the install. But most importantly, at the very top, we have a nice bill of materials, or basically an inventory of everything that you should have in this box. Before you get started on a project this size, you're definitely going to want to make sure you have the right tools, and you're going to want to make sure that all the parts are included that should be there. So go ahead and take a look at this bill of materials and make sure that you have the parts that you're going to need for the install. So again, let's reference the instructions, and we'll start going over some of the features that we've got to install to this replacement bumper. The first one we'll want to look at is actually your backup sensors. So we have two paths here. You may have a truck that has backup sensors, or you may have a truck that doesn't have backup sensors. So what you want to do is, if you have backup sensors, we didn't want you to lose that upgrade that you got for your truck. We wanted you to be able to move them over to the replacement bumper. So we've got holes, provisions cut out, already set for those rear sensors. What you'll want to do is, you've got the plate that actually adheres to the replacement bumper and the sensor actually plugs into. You have it notched out at the top so you can see which side goes up. You don't have it sideways or upside down. And then all you do for the square ones, those are in the center, is you just put it into the back where your sensor is going to be, and you actually tape it and install your sensor. Basic little cleaning thing is make sure there's no burrs or anything in there. Clean it nice and good before you go through that, so everything's set and ready to go. So you've got this for the center, and you can see how the side ones are contoured to the actual bumper itself. So it actually sits over there real nice and easy. Again, make note of the notch and make sure she's on top. So those are your rear backup sensors. The bumper will show up with these blank templates. And what you'll do with these is, again, with no lights, you'll install it into the back of the replacement bumper and just cover up that hole or that provision area for the backup lights. However, if you do want backup lights, it's an added accessory that actually has this same plate, except the plate is notched out for that LED backup light. For example, we've got a display here where the replacement bumper actually has the backup light installed on it. And you can see the plate is the same, it's just notched out to incorporate the light. So again, decide if you are going to have the lights, or if you're not going to have the lights. The other two areas you're going to want to look at is your spare tire housing, or basically how you get to your spare tire. You're going to want to obviously put that in the right area so that you can still get to your rear tire and not lose access to that. And then lastly is actually the trailer plug. Again, you'll want to put that on the replacement bumper so you don't lose that ability that you have on your existing bumper already. The next part we want to do here is your actually LED lights for your license plates. These actually take place of the top two screws for your license plate, and the holes are right here on the backup bumper. You just take your LED lights, you put them right through there, and you're good to go. You'll actually have nice LED light on your license plate in the back. So again, always reference your instructions. First, making sure that you have the proper parts and the proper tools to do the install. But more importantly, as you're going through this, the instruction sheets will call out any changes, updates, modifications. So this is always the latest and greatest. But there you should go on your pre-install stuff. To recap, you're going to do with or without sensors. You're going to do with or without backup lights. You're going to have your trailer plug and your spare tire and your LED lights, and then you're good to go. From there, we actually move on to the mounting brackets themselves with the 1-inch D-shackle right here that's welded to the mounting brackets. These are what's going to be put onto the truck next, and then we'll put the shell on that. But for that part, we're going to grab Pete from R&D, we're going to go to the truck, and we're going to start that process. Why don't you guys meet us over by the truck?
Thanks, Paul. My name's Pete Kekich, and today we're going to be installing a BR20 rear bumper replacement on the 2015 Silverado Heavy Duty. Well, let's get started to remove this bumper. First of all, what I like to do to give a little more access underneath the vehicle here, I like to drop down the spare tire so I can get to the wiring and different bolts that I need to remove the bumper. So we're going to remove, first we're going to remove these two bolts here to actually secure the bumper to the factory trailer receiver. And then we're going to unplug the trailer plug from the vehicle wiring harness. And also we need to unplug the bumper wiring harness from the vehicle wiring harness. Next, what you actually need to do is you need to get on the side of the frame over here, and there's 3 bolts up at the top side that actually secure the receiver and factory bumper bracket to the side of the frame rail. There's also another bolt which you need to access from the underside, which secures the receiver hitch and bumper bracket to the bottom of the frame rail. Also, you would need to, there's 2 bolts towards the end of the frame rail which actually secure the bed to the top of the frame. Those 2 bolts need to be loosened or removed because the bed actually, you need to lift it up slightly so you can rock the bumper up and pull it out to remove it from the vehicle. Those are loose over there. Okay, we've removed all the fasteners securing the bumper to the vehicle. Now I'm going to get Paul to come over here and give me a hand to take this bumper off.
All right.
Okay. Oh, all right, so now we've got it removed. We're just going to set it aside over here and then move on to installing the BR replacement bumper brackets. We've already installed the passenger side bracket to speed up the process a little bit. Now we're going to install the driver's side. So actually we want to take the bracket, and you can't just go straight in with it. You got to kind of pitch it on a little bit of an angle and then snake it up inside the frame rail there, and attach it with the 1/2-inch bolts, washers and nuts that are included with the kit. And then for the bottom bolt, I find a little trick to do is because you've got to install the bolt up through the receiver, through the frame, into the BR10 bracket. I usually put another 1/2-inch nut inside the socket so the bolt doesn't fall in so deep, and then I can kind of just snake it up in there in the right spot so it protrudes through all 3 components, and install the other remaining washers and nuts. Okay, so we got both of the frame brackets on there. Now we'll just go ahead and tighten those up. Ready? Okay, the brackets are all installed, secured. Next step will be get that rear bumper replacement over here, and now let's get it all set up to install the brackets. All right, so we've got the brackets installed for this BR20 bumper replacement. I'd like to just recap on Paul's comments earlier. Actually, these bumpers do have provisions for the rear park assist sensors, 4 of those. So just to show you guys here, as Paul mentioned, the sensor plates, there's 2 center ones, and there's actually 2 end plates, which are kind of contoured to match the bumper. What you want to do though is, I just happen to have an extra sensor here and bezel. So what you want to do is actually, when you remove these bezels and sensors from the factory bumper, you want to put them exactly back in the same position in the replacement bumper, in the same direction. There's a top and bottom to the sensor bezel, and there's actually little cutouts in the plate which kind of register the notches in that. So you want to put those exactly back how you removed them. So you want to snap that bezel, plastic bezel, into the sensor plate. And then, like I say, you want to put these sensors in the same direction as removed. They should all be kind of angling towards the center of the bumper so you can hook them up to the factory wiring harness. And then just from the back side, snap the sensor into the bezel. And like I say, so you want to use a little mixture of water and isopropyl alcohol, clean the back side, inside of this bumper area here. And then remove the 3M tape, the backing tape from there. You've got one shot at this. You want to make sure you get that nice and centered in there, and then you want to apply pressure on that and hold that in there for probably about 60 seconds or so to make sure you got it to stick nice and good before you let it go. But like I say, eyeball it, make sure you got it nice and centered, and then stick it in place. So anyways, all right. At this point now we're going to move forward. I'm going to get Paul back over here and have him give me a hand, and we'll put this bumper up onto the bracketry. Okay, so we have got the brackets installed on the frame. Now we're going to install the rear bumper shell. So I'm going to get Paul over here to give me a hand with this, because at this point it's a 2-man job to lift this up here and get it on the bracket. So Paul, actually what we want to do is we want to get the D-ring to come through that rectangular cutout in the bumper shell. A little tricky there. We've got to walk it on there and then carefully slide it up forward into place, not so you don't make contact with the body there. There we go. Now at this point I'm going to raise the vehicle up and install the bolts to secure it to the brackets. Okay, we've got the bumper shell installed on the bumper brackets with the assistance from Paul there. So now we're going to actually attach the bumper shell to the brackets using the bolts, nuts, and washers supplied. Okay, so at this point what you want to do is actually check the alignment of the bumper on the vehicle. Make sure it's centered on there, left to right. You got equal clearance on the sides. Check that all out. Then come back and tighten up the bolts. All right, so we've got the bumper on there, bumper shell on there. Everything's all tightened up. We're good with the alignment. Next, what we're going to do is we already took the time to remove the factory trailer plug receptacle from the factory bumper, so we're going to install that in the bumper replacement. It's got provisions there where it just simply snaps in, just like the OE. That's it there. Hook up the original wiring harness to that. Next step, what we're going to do is, just to confirm, there's a tube that's back here which accesses the spare tire winch. So what you want to do is take the tool provided to access that winch and just kind of align it with the tube that's back there, and then you'd want to probably just tie wrap that plastic tube in place just so you've got a good location on there. So at this point we're going to install the license plate. We provide these nice LED lights which actually attach the license plate and the provide light for it. So don't have a real license plate at this time, but so what you need to do is just run the wires through there, through my paper license plate, just so you guys can kind of get the idea how it goes. So you'd install them, put the nuts on them, then what you need to do is actually stated in the instruction sheet, you should have a circuit tester, and then you just want to tie these into the factory bumper wiring harness. All right, next we're going to install the light pod plates, actually using the 1032 bolts and nuts supplied. Actually, at this point you would either install the blank ones that are included with the bumper replacement, or you have the option of installing the accessory light plates that are for the rigid dually D2 lights. All right, got the light plates installed, license plate, trailer plug, so at this point it looks like we pretty much got everything done on the bumper. Next would be, like I said, if you're not running the rear park assist, then you would plug these holes with the provided plastic plugs. Also, if you, depending on your vehicle, Ford, Chevrolet, Dodge, you plug the hole that you aren't using for the access to the rear tire winch. Okay, that concludes our install on the BR20 rear bumper replacement for the 2015 Silverado Heavy Duty. Hey Paul, you got any more comments?
Yeah, so there you guys go, the install. Pete, what did you think would be a total install or roughly install time for the rear bumper?
Average install for this rear bumper replacement is about 90 minutes.
There you go, 90 minutes. So if you want to see some future videos, definitely go to our website, or you can go to our YouTube channel. We'll have some new videos coming out on some new installs. If you have questions about this install, please email or call our customer service department. And thank you again for watching.
Video Shopping Network, an Amazon affiliate. To see this product on Amazon, click the link in the video description below. You'll be able to see current pricing, product reviews, and any special deals. Desktop users should see the Amazon quick link below the video. Mobile users will need to click the little down arrow below the video first.